All right, today we're gonna be making some pupusas. Um, so super excited. It's gonna be good. First, we're gonna get a bowl like this, and we need to wash our hands as well, which I've already done. And then we'll need some maseca, like this. They sell these at Walmart. It needs to be the corn maseca. It's not corn flour. It's similar. Just not quite as grainy. So you want this, if you can. We're just gonna put some of this in the bowl. And we're just gonna make a few pupusas today, so we'll just put in as much as we need here. Okay, something like that will be good for what we're gonna be making. Okay, next we're gonna add some water to the flour, and we're just gonna mix it all together. So we'll add that in right here. All right, perfect. And we're gonna want the consistency not to stick to your hands, and we don't want it to be too grainy or anything. So we're just gonna be mixing it all together here, incorporating all that in. Looks like I need a little bit more water, so we're gonna add that in until we get to the right consistency. Okay, yeah, it's looking good. Okay, awesome. All right. So it looks like we're done here. So we're all have all the dough into a ball. I'm gonna put my hand on it. Nothing's sticking really, so that means we're about the right consistency here. So now that we have all that ready to go, we'll be able to continue to just keep kneading it a little bit until we're ready to go with the rest of it. Okay, so let's move on to the next step here, which will be putting all the beans and cheese together. So we're gonna grab a bowl, and we'll grab some beans. We like this brand Ducal, the best one that I've had so far. So we have the red ones and the black refried beans. So you want to grab yourself some of those. Again, Ducal is probably the best brand. You can do it with others, but I'm gonna open this up right now. Perfect. Let's grab a spoon and put it into the bowl here. Okay, now that we have all the beans in the bowl, we're gonna grab some cheese. So let's grab this here. I just used the Fiesta blend from Walmart. That works. You can use any sort of cheese that you have. This is what I just had come lying around. So this is what we'll be using today. I'm just gonna grab a handful of cheese and put that on the beans here in the bowl. Add another handful. I will just keep adding cheese here. Um, Try three right now and see if that's enough. So let's get that all mixed up. All right, so now we have that all mixed together. The cheese and the beans should look something like this. I just had to add a couple more cups of cheese just to make it a little bit cheesier because that's what I like. So perfect. We'll get now that we have that ready, we're able to move on to making the pupusas. So first, we're just gonna wanna spray our pan. Um, just coat that evenly right there. And then we'll put that back onto the stove and we'll just get it started here so that when we have formed our pupusa, it should be ready to go. Okay, so now that we have our ball of dough, we're just going to grab a portion of it. It should be a good amount of dough, just something that will fit in your fist there, something like that. Will be just fine. So this method that we're going to be using is called the wheel method. There's lots of different methods, but you're just going to be spinning it in your hand like this and kind of just forming a circle there. You're gonna be making sort of like a patty of dough. Awesome. So we're getting that all set together. That circle of dough. Perfect. Now that we have that, we're gonna be adding in some of our bean and cheese mixture. So we're just gonna put that right in the middle there. We want to get quite a bit in there. Makes it better when you get more of that. You don't want just a mouthful of dough. Perfect. So we have quite a bit in there. We're gonna be just folding our dough around our ball of beans and cheese and kind of be forming a shape of a dumpling, sort of. Sometimes you put a lot, it's a little tougher to form, but it will taste better at the end. So you can get all that from it in. You can see that there's going to be a couple holes forming here, which will be totally fine. That's actually going to be perfect. That'll make our cheese kind of crisp up on the outside there, so that will be good. But now that we've formed a ball there, there'll be a couple holes, and that's just fine. You can see that one there. It's one of the bigger ones, but no worries. So it's just going to be great with all that. Okay, so now that we have our ball here, we're going to be flattening it out a little bit so that we can make that pupusa shape and put it onto the pan. We just want to make it not too not too big, not too tall. I want to flatten it out a little bit so that it cooks a little bit more evenly. So now that we have that flattened out, we're just going to add that onto our pan. And we'll be leaving it on here for about 3 to 5 minutes. So we'll leave that there until we're ready to flip that. Okay, I think we're ready to get our pupusa flipped. We did left it there for about 3 to 5 minutes. That should be just about enough time to get it cooked evenly through. So we're gonna take a look at it here. We're gonna flip that over, and yeah, it looks pretty good. So we're just checking for here, make sure it looks cooked all the way through. Right there, we can see the cheese has crisped up, which is nice. And we're gonna be checking the sides here and make sure they're firm. That's usually the part that will not cook all the way through, so make sure that's firm and not just pushing through the dough. So it looks like it's good on that side, which is what we're looking for, firm edge on all edges. So once that's firm, then you'll be good to go. We're gonna put this back on the heat for another 3 to 5 minutes or so, and we'll go from there. All right, it looks good. We're gonna, now that we've left it there for 3 to 5 minutes, we're gonna flip it over. Looks good on that side, so we're gonna flip it, make sure the other side's looking all right. And yeah, it looks like it's cooked all the way through. The edges are firm, so we should be good to go on this pupusa. Awesome. Let's put that on the plate there. And look at that. We've made a pupusa. Looking good. All right, we're just gonna tear this in half here and see what we can see. Looks like it's separating nicely with some good cheese in the middle. So that's just going to be delicious. There you go. That's the pupusa. If you want to see how to make the cotito that we put on top and the salsa, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and put it in the comments. Thanks for watching. Have a dandy day.